Hello everyone. Today in this video we are going to learn about pivoting. Pivoting returns a received data frame organized by given index column values. So in this video we will be learning about pivoting function in Python pandas data frame. So pivoting receives data, or it is used to produce a pivot table based on column values. It uses unique values from specified index or columns to form axes of the resulting data frame. So in simple words we can say that pivoting is a technique in data processing. It enables a person to arrange and rearrange data in order to draw attention to useful information. There are two functions that are used for pivoting in Python pandas data frame, and these two functions are your pivot function and your pivot table function. So we will be learning about these two. First we will be learning about pivot function. So basically there are two functions available in Python for pivoting data frame, and these two functions are your pivot function and your pivot table function. Now the pivot function, this function is used to create a new derived table from existing data frame, or it is used to create a new derived data frame from an existing data frame. It takes three arguments. First one is your index, then the column and the values. These are the three arguments that it takes. So as a value for each of these arguments we need to specify a column name from the existing table. So index argument is optional. Column name to use to make a new frames index. If none, it will use existing index. If you want to make a particular column's value as an index, then you have to specify the name of that particular column over here. Then comes your next argument, which is column, and this is compulsory. You have to specify this argument, the column name to use to make new frames columns. And the third one is your value part, that is value argument, that is optional. So this values portion or the value argument, it is optional. Columns name to use to fill new frames values. If not specified, all remaining column will be used and the result will be hierarchically indexed columns. The pivot table will create a new data frame whose rows and column indices are the unique values of the respective parameters. The cell value of the new table are taken from the column given as the value parameter. So first we will be creating a data frame. So as all of you know, the data frame is a two-dimensional data structure with columns of different types. It is just similar to a spreadsheet or a SQL table. It is generally the most commonly used pandas data object. So we will create a data frame with a two-dimensional dictionary. Okay, I have to write import pandas as PD. It is taking some time to importing. Pandas import numpy. You can give it an alternate name. I'm giving numpy a name called np. Now if I'll give this command, so no error now. So this is the data frame that I've created, and now I'll be using pivot table. So as I've already told you that pivot function, it receives data and uses unique values from index or columns to form axes of the resulting data frame, where index is the column name to use to make new frames index, column is column name to use to make new frames column, and value is column names to use for populating new frames or new data frames values, or to insert values in a new data frame. So let's start with pivot function. So let's create a statement pivot. So I am applying pivot function in the data frame name df. So I have to write df dot pvt, where df is this data frame on which I have to work. So it will rearrange the data of this df and show you the output. You can also save this in a different data frame. For that you have to create a new data frame object like this, x equal to df. Whatever is the output, it will be stored in x. Now I just want to display the output df.pivot, and as I have already told you, it takes 3 arguments. First is your index. I want that the values of foo should act as an index in my new rearranged data frame. So the unique values of foo, I am repeating, the unique values of foo will become the index. Then comes your columns. I'm making bar. The values of bar, the unique values of bar will become the column labels, and the values, whatever values present inside BAZ, they will become the values of the new rearranged data frame. So I have specified index, columns, and the values. Let's press the enter key. Now you see that you can see the output over here. So here you go, you can see the output. I have made foo as the column, so the unique values of foo will become the column. I made foo the index. The unique values of the foo will become the row index. So we can see 1 and 2, because there are 3 1, but it will take only the unique values. So only one will be taken. There are 3 2s. So as I have already told you that it will only take the unique values. So 1 1 and 1 2 will become the row index. Then comes the next argument, that is column. Whatever column name you have specified in the column argument, its unique value will become the columns. So the unique value of this column is A, B, and C, because again A, B, C are repeating. If you will make D over here, it will one more column D will come over here. But since there is no D, only one BC, ABC, and ABC are repeating. So it will create a column with the label a column with the label A, B, and C. Unique values of this column and index, they will come over here. Unique values of index will become the row label. Unique values of column will become the column label. So ABC and the column labels, and whatever content will come inside this data frame, that is decided by the value portion. So value is BAZ. So whatever content is present inside this BAZ column, they will become the values in the newly created data frame, the received data frame. So you can also store this value in a new data frame. You can give it a name x equal to, so whatever output is there, it will be stored in x. If you will give the command df, original data frame will come, and x, only the received or rearranged data or the values will be displayed inside x. So you can see over here 1a, in 1a you have value called 1, so 1a you will get a value called 1. In 2a you are having a value called 4, and here also 2a you will find the value called 4. 1b you are having value called 2, you are having 2 value. So here also you just check it, 1b you will find the same value 2 over here. 2c the value is 6, so here also 2c the value is 6. The value will remain same, only what we have done, we have rearranged the values. So in the new data frame, the rearranged value is being displayed. So if you skip the value portion, automatically it will take base as the value. So I will skip the value portion. Right? As I have already told you that index portion is optional. If you skip index also, so if you will skip the index portion also, so then what it will do, it will create values from both the columns. So the value portion, it is optional. The column name to be used for filling new columns values, you have to specify over here. So if none is specified, all remaining columns will be used and the result will be hierarchical index column. So you can see over here, if there was no value in a particular place, it will display none value. Now it is creating so all remaining columns will be used and the result will be hierarchical index columns. So it is divided into two parts. In this part, it is filling values in the newly created data frame from batch field. Here it is, in this portion, it is filling values from foo field. So you can see over here, the index will remain same because we haven't specified any index. The column portion, I have written bar over here. The unique value of bar will become the column over here. So unique values are ABC. You will find ABC here also, and in the next column here also ABC. The foo value over here, the values present inside the foo column will become the values in this portion of data frame, and the batch values, the values of batch will become the values in the another portion, in this portion. So if you had one more column, that particular column name will also be displayed and this values will come over here. So this way you can rearrange your data. You can store the rearranged data in some another variable. So this was about pivoting. So with the help of pivot, you can rearrange your data and also store in some another data frame. Let's try with one more example. Let's create one more data frame. Like this is the data frame that I have created. Name of the data frame is D. Item TV, AC, company LG, Videocon, LG, Sony. This is the price in rupees. This is the price in this column contains price in US dollar. Now I want to create this is the original data frame. I want to rearrange it. I want to show information of only rupee of a particular item in rupees only. So I want to rearrange it. Name of the data frame is d.pivot, pivot, and then index. I want to make item as an index, so item, unique values of item will become the index. Not all the values, only the unique values. So there are 2 TB, only 1 TB will be displayed. 2 AC, only 1 AC will be displayed. It will only take the unique values. Same with columns, and I want to make company as columns. The unique values of company will become the columns. So LG will be displayed only once. There are 2 LG, but LG column will be displayed only once, Videocon once, and Sony once. And in the value portion, values, I want to display only values from rupees field. So here it will rearrange the data. And rearranged data will be stored in a separate data frame. The name of the data frame will be P. Whatever values are there in index column, its unique value will become the index, row index. Whatever values are there in columns, its unique values will become the columns, and whatever values are there in rupees, these values will be displayed in the newly created data frame. This US dollar will not be displayed. This will not be displayed because I haven't specified USD over here, or I haven't skipped this value portion. So let's press enter key and see our output. Type P, or you can give the command print P. So here you can see the output. It has rearranged the data. The index, the unique values of the item has become the row index. So AC and TV, these are your row index. Unique values of company, that is LG, Sony, and Videocon, they have become the column labels or column index. And the values of the values which are present in rupees column, they have filled the data frame. So you can see price of TV LG is 12,000 rupees. So TV LG, you can see TV LG, TV LG, it is 12,000 rupees. Price of AC LG is 15,000. So AC LG, you will find the 15,000. Data will not remain, will change. Data will not change, only it will rearrange the data. Pivoting will just rearrange the data. Data will remain same. AC LG is 15,000. AC LG is 15,000. AC Sony is 14,000. So AC Sony is 14,000. AC Sony is, so it is showing none NAN because there is no AC of Sony company over here. There is no AC of Sony company. There is only sorry, there is no TV of Sony company. Therefore, it is showing none NAN value. So you can see over here there is TV of LG company, there is TV of Videocon company, but there is no TV of Sony company. Therefore, NAN value is being displayed over here. Same goes for Videocon. There is no AC of Videocon, so it is displaying none. There is only two AC, one is of LG and another is of Sony. There is no LG AC of Videocon, so it is displaying NAN value over here. So as I have already told you, with the help of pivoting, we can it is used to rearrange the data, arrange or rearrange the data present in a data frame. The values present in the data frame will remain same, only their order or the way in which you want to display them, it changes. So this is the use of pivot. So pivot creates a new table or data frame whose values are the unique values in company and whose rows are indexed with the unique values of item. So in this here, this is your original data frame, this is the data frame, and this is your pivoted data frame, this is your pivot. Now in this pivoted data frame, it is only showing the values from the rupees field or the rupees column. Now suppose you want to display values from rupees as well as US dollar, USD. So for that, what you have to do, just skip the value portion. I just want to print it. I don't want to store it in some data frame. If you want to store it in a data frame, you can give a variable name over here, y equal to, or some other variable name, valid variable name. So in the previous example, we want to pivot the values of rupees only. Now suppose we want to pivot the values of both rupees as well as USD together. So for that, we will have to use pivot function in this manner, the manner in which I have written over here. So when I will press enter key, it will return the following pivot. So you can see over here, these are the three column labels, same as over here, three column labels, but the values are different. In this portion, first you will find the values of rupees column, here you will find the values of US columns, values which are present in USD field or the column. So this was about pivot function. Next comes pivoting. Next we will be learning about pivot table function present in Python pandas data frame. Okay, next we will be working on pivot table function. I have already worked on, or we have already worked on pivot function. Then the next function will be pivot table function. The pivot table are useful for summarizing data. They can automatically sort, count, total or average data stored in one table or in a data frame. Then they can show the result of those actions in a new table of the summarized data. So pivot table is useful to summarize and aggregate data inside data frame. Now this was the data frame that we have created. Now suppose we make some changes in this. Like suppose I want to change, I will change this AC into TV. Now then let's see what will be the output. So if I want to change this AC into TV, I can give the command d.loc, and then first I will write about the row label is 2 and the column label is item, and the new value would be I want to give is TV. So when you will give the command D, so earlier it was AC, now it is TV. Now if I will give the same command over here, this command, if I will use the same command that I have given over here, this command over here, now index item will become the index, company will become the columns, values of rupees will become the values. So when I will give this command, it will lead to an error. The error is index contain duplicate entries, it cannot receive, that is in a certain cell two values are being displayed. So let me show you those values. Now since this was the data frame and this was the error that was being displayed when we have given this command values equal to rupees. Now common mistake in pivoting is that, now the problem is that what happens if you have multiple rows with the same values, if you are having multiple rows with the same values, like you can see over here TV, LG, here also TV, LG, TV is the row label and LG is the column label. So we are having two values 12,000 and 15,000 which are being displayed or which will be displayed at this particular position, TV, LG. So we are having two values TV, LG, first is your 12,000, second one is your 15,000. So when you will give this command index equal to item, columns equal to company and values equal to rupees, now which value will come over here, whether it will be 12,000 values or it will be 15,000 value. Out of these two values, which value will come over here? So the computer gets confused, so it throws an exception. So it will throw an exception with the following message: index contains duplicate entries, it cannot receive the data frame. It is not possible for it to receive the data frame because it contains duplicate entries. So this exception message will be displayed. Now to overcome this, because at a particular place using pivot function you can enter only one value, but here in this place at this position two values are coming. Now out of these two values, which value will be displayed over here? So now to solve this problem, we have a new function which is known as pivot table function. Now the pivot table method comes to solve this problem. It works like pivot, but it aggregates the values from rows with duplicate entries for the specified column. So it is similar to pivot, but it aggregates the values from rows with duplicate entries for the specified column. So in a particular column, at a particular cell, at a particular cell in a particular column, if multiple values are coming, so what it does, it will aggregate the values, and it means it will use aggregate function on those values. By default the aggregate function is np.mean, that means it will take out their mean. So since two values are coming over here, so it will take out the mean of or the average of these two values and it will display you the values. So creating pivot, you have to write, instead of pivot you have to write d.pivot table. So instead of pivot we have to write over here pivot table, since we are going to use pivot table function. Index is same, it will remain item, columns, company, values of company will become the columns, unique values of company will become the column, values equal to rupees, rupees value will be displayed in the new column. But at a particular point, at a particular cell where multiple values are coming, it will aggregate the values, it will use aggregate function, and the default aggregate function is np.mean, that is it will take out the mean value. If you will not specify this function, So if you will skip this AGG function, if you will not write this, and if you are writing d dot pivot table, automatically it will take out the average in that particular cell where multiple values are coming. So in essence, pivot table is a generalization of pivot which allows us to aggregate multiple values with the same destination in the pivoted table. So if the multiple values are coming in the same or having the same destination, it will use aggregate function on those values. So let's try this with an example. So I hope this is clear to you. So pivoting, it is used to reshape your data frame. The content will remain same, only it will rearrange the data or restructure the data frame. So with the help of pivoting, we can you can say it is a technique in data processing. It enables a person to rearrange or arrange data in order to draw attention to useful information. And there are two types of pivoting function that we use. First one is your pivot, and the second one is pivot table function. The main difference between the pivot and pivot table is that in pivot table we can use aggregate function. So we can say that pivot table is a generalization of pivot function which allows us to aggregate multiple values with the same destination in the pivoted table. So if multiple values are coming in the same destination or in the same cell, and you are using pivot table function, it will automatically, or it will we can calculate their aggregate function. We can use aggregate function on them. So pivot table allows us to aggregate multiple values with the same destination in the pivoted table. So this was all about pivoting. Thank you for watching this